3, 2, 1.
Did you come prepared to the music suggestion? Do you have one?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Where's my phone? Yeah, I do.
It's up here, I think.
You want to just do music suggestions right off the bat?
Yeah, fuck it.
Cool.
I don't know if I have any, to be honest. I just wanted to see if you did.
Yeah. All right. So you might have talked about these guys on the podcast already. Have you talked about Viagra Boys on the pod?
I don't know. I might have suggested them. Yeah. I mean, I've been listening to them a little bit because they just get suggested to me a bunch.
They're
but
so dope.
they're really cool.
They have an album called Street Worms, and they have a song called Sports. I'm gonna play a
I've heard Sports a
fucking
lot.
little bit of it so we don't get a copyright strike. But just
Yeah, it's fun.
so I don't even know how to fucking describe that, but it's fucking sick. It's fun. High energy stuff. Yeah, Viagra Boys. Check them out. And then my next song suggestion, I have 2 today. So I'm extra prepared. I was listening to a playlist called Swamp Pop, which is like Louisiana country mixed with pop. And this is by Bobby Charles called Small Town Talk. Funky fucking bayou style song. It sounds like a scene in a movie in Louisiana of people like driving on a road, but it's like a nice day and they're in like a convertible or something.
Sounds like eating rotisserie rabbit in 100% humidity day.
Rotisserie rabbit, like a rotisserie chicken, but rabbit. Have you ever had rabbit?
No. Well, I don't
No,
think so.
I haven't had any rabbit. What's the most exotic meat you've had?
That I have had? I don't know.
Mine's Diet Coke.
Gator, maybe.
Gator.
Yeah.
Gator's good. Like fishy chicken.
Yeah.
You ever had venison?
Yeah. I think just like a jerky though. But I don't know. I've had elk. Oh, shark. I've had shark before.
I'm trying to think of any. You ever had bison? Like a bison burger?
Yeah. I don't really consider any like very popular game
Bison,
meat.
yeah.
Like if you said bear, I would consider bear pretty crazy. But like venison, bison, elk, like none of that.
The only reason
crazy.
venison isn't crazy is because of where we grew up.
Oh,
That's
true.
Totally. Like
True.
If you grew up in Van Nuys, you're not
They've
you're not eating a fucking whitetail.
They've not
buck.
had venison.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And also like gator might be a little like foreign to us. We're like, oh shit, like gator. But like if you're from
The South,
you're like, oh, what? You've never had gator before? You know?
Trying to think of like any weird like seafood that I've had, but
you ever had mahi mahi? I love mahi mahi.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. All right, seafood, or you can only eat one for the rest of
Can
your
I
life.
suggest a song?
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you said you didn't have any.
I just like songs all the time.
Oh.
So I got 2, I guess. Red Eyes by the War on Drugs. I've never really listened to the War on Drugs, but this song was really good. Here's what it sounds like real quick.
Give it a little whip. That's plenty. I don't want. We have to rate these, so it's like a review.
I give all songs in between an 8 to a 10 out of 10.
Do you have any songs that you're like, that's a 10?
I was listening to Pimp a Butterfly again recently, and that album's filled with 10s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, These Walls, obviously, is like insane. But also the first song, Wesley's Theory, is fucking sick. I love that song.
Okay.
And then the second one I have is Don't You Eva by Spoon. Eva is spelled E-V-A-H. Just fun. I don't know.
You know what song I think is a 10? Oh, hi Josie. Nope, not that song. It's like you do on a heart rate you can't.
Don't know it.
Fuck.
From your.
Fuck.
Is it very popular?
Yeah. It's not. I guess it's not by the Bahamas. I thought it was. Oh, Lost in the Light. Yeah, it is by the Bahamas. You ever hear the song?
I don't know.
No.
Ooh, you know what song?
Hold on. No way you don't know this song.
Skip.
Lost in the Light by the Bahamas.
I don't think I've ever heard the song.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Yeah, I don't know this.
Wow. I think that song might be a 10 for me. Lost in the Light. It's just one of those songs. I just think it just works. Just every aspect of it, honestly. Fight me on it.
I like Don't Want to Fight by Alabama Shakes.
That's your 10?
It's a really good song.
I haven't listened to Alabama Shakes all that much.
It's good.
Alabama Shakes generally is good.
Yeah, they're crazy. Did you ever listen to Andre 3000's
Flute album?
fucking flute album?
No, I didn't. I fucking didn't.
There's this one song called I Swear I Really Wanted to Make a Rap Album. Hold on. The title's so long that there's no format on Spotify anywhere on the app where you can read the whole title. Like there's no like you have to just play it and
then it'll
watch
scroll.
it. Yeah.
What's it called?
I swear I really wanted to make a rap album. And then I think the second half of the title is but this is where the wind took me this time, I think. And that's the whole title of the song. It's 12 minutes long and it's fucking sick. It's a really good song.
So the flute album, is it like over like beats?
But this is literally the way the wind took me this time.
Literally the wind.
No.
Like
No.
Get
It's
you guys get it?
I mean, it's not just like flute.
Bro. We're gonna get a copyright strike. Stop. Rate it. Make sure you rate it so it's a review.
It's 12 out of 10
There you go.
for how many minutes the song is. Yeah.
So what about it? You just think it's a good song?
It came on the other day.
Oh, that's what. So is it instrumentals and then he's like playing flute on top of it, or is it a little bit of both, or is it just like?
Yeah.
Like, is there any
both.
rap or like hip hop elements to it?
There's no words on the whole album.
No, is there any like? Are there fucking like drums?
Some, but it's not like
Not like hip hop drums.
no. It's like
Fucking shakers and shit.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Rain sticks and like a couple like cymbal rolls and shit like that.
I love a good rain stick.
Yeah. It's nice. Okay, so you were going to ask me seafood or what? You remember?
I have no idea what I was after. I knew that I was going to ask you seafood but I hadn't thought of a second part.
Oh, you were just
I was just trying to keep the
You
train
just
rolling.
riffing?
Just trying to keep the train rolling over here.
okay.
You're going to see Idols tonight.
I know. I'm so excited. By the time this episode's out, I will have already seen, so I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
What if it sucks?
There's no way. There's no fucking way.
What if like, do you know what their names are? Any of the names?
Yeah.
Who's the singer?
Joe Talbot.
What if Joe's sick? Like, he's sick.
I'm sure he'll scream through it.
Do you remember? So I was living in Boston at the time, and you were living in Philly. And I can't remember who had it worse. I think I did. But we both saw James Vincent McMorrow. And he was doing a East Coast tour. And I think he was going Philly, New York, Boston. Mm-hmm. And I think you said he was like a little bit sick.
I think he mentioned that.
And then by the time he got to Boston, he was like super sick. And he like couldn't sing his songs.
Really?
It really sucked. I remember that was like the first time I was like, damn, this can really get in the way there. You don't see too many people
You know who
concerts.
Oh yeah. No.
for being sick, unless they're like deathly ill.
You know who I saw that was like so fucking sick that he should not have been on stage whatsoever? Was Home Shake. I saw him at the First Unitarian Church with Marty way back in the day.
Huh.
And he was miserable. Like, he had no energy to like entertain the crowd whatsoever. He's like, I'm sick as fuck. I got my tea. Let's do this. And he like just powered through the set. It was still a good show. Like, he sang all right. He uses a lot of vocal effects and shit and things like that. So he made it work, but man, he was suffering. You could tell. But yeah, it's been really cool. Fucking Lee Kiernan, one of the guitar players, came in the past 2 days because they're playing right down the street from the coffee shop I work at.
Where are they playing?
The Palladium.
Is that a stadium or is it just a big venue?
It's like Electric Factory vibes.
Palladium sounds like it should be a stadium.
No, it's just a theater.
Stadium, Palladium. That's why I'm thinking that.
Because it rhymes.
Because it rhymes. I'm a fucking child.
Yeah, it's just like Fillmore, Electric Factory kind of vibe.
So like 2,000 cap, 3,000
like
cap,
that.
something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Standing room?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You can fit a mosh?
Fuck yeah.
When was the last time you were in an intense mosh pit?
At Kian's show, which wasn't that intense because it was small, but Kian's show at Madame Cyan where I hurt my back, and I haven't been in a mosh pit since then. Because
I think I was. Was I in there with you? Was I the one that pushed you?
I don't think you were the one that pushed me that time.
Karl slammed his back into a fucking cement
so Madame
pole.
Cyan is this small little venue in Hollywood, and there's these columns by the stage, these big like 1.5 foot square columns made out of brick, and then they built shelves around these columns to like put your drinks on. And I got pushed out of the mosh pit and hit one of those shelves on the corner directly into my fucking spine, and I was down for the fucking count for like a day and a half after that.
So funny.
I haven't moshed again since. That was like almost 2 years ago. I mean, I've like stood on the outskirts and pushed some people, but like I've seen Lily like 3 times and I haven't gone in the pit once because I'm just not trying to get hurt. But it's idols, bro. It's idols.
You got to get in the pit. I
want to crowd surf really bad.
Have you ever crowd surfed?
Mm-mm.
You've never crowd surfed?
No,
bro.
I really want to.
Okay, I've crowd surfed a few times. But my favorite time was I was seeing Run the Jewels at the Electric Factory, but it was their outside concert thing. They turned. Maybe it wasn't the Electric Factory.
The Electric Factory did do that.
Yeah.
What's it called now? Franklin
Music Hall. It's just the Electric Factory. Anyway, either Electric Factory or maybe it was Union Transfer. Someone set up a stage in their parking lot. And so in the back of the parking lot, they have like a bunch of vendors. Like Grey Goose is there. And like fucking you get some $13 IPA tall boy.
Yeah.
It's not Grey Goose. What's the IPA?
Goosehead?
Goosehead. Yeah. Whatever. And they're fucking sponsoring or some shit. So big crowd. We're seeing Run the Jewels. At one point, I'm like, all right, I'm going to crowd surf. And I turn to my friend. I'm like, get me up. So I'm up.
Who was there? Who were you with?
Coincidentally enough, I saw Dudley there.
Dudley's the one that got you up?
I don't think Dudley was. I forget who I went with.
Okay.
They don't know these people.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
So you got up?
So I get up, crowd surfing. It was pretty like systematic. Everyone somehow, apparently there was a fucking conference in the beginning. They just sent everybody who crowd surfed, because a bunch of people went up. They just sent them right to the front. You know, usually it like takes a minute and they kind of just get thrown around, but they're just like kind of beelined you to the front. And so I'm at the front and the security guard's up there. There's no stage, there's no crowd surfing. So I'm like trying to get away from him, and he grabs me and like rips me down. And he pulls me over the gate, and I was like waiting to get kicked out. And he's like, all right, get out of here. I was like, I can go back? He's like, yeah, you just got to go around. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah,
So I
that's
just
like
ran around the whole crowd and did it like 3 more times.
That's just like the MO it shows now, because so many people crowd surf from the back to the front that they just pull them over, make sure that they don't get hurt, and then they just like send them back into the back of the crowd.
Yeah.
And
have you ever been to a show where people are like getting on? It's usually only at like hardcore shows, but where you see people like jump on stage and then jump off into the crowd.
no.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's a different level.
The guys in Idols will do that, not as much anymore because they're too big, so they have to clear too far of a gap for that to be safe.
Yeah.
But like, a guy came by the shop today who was British, and he was like, "Yo, did you see Idols last night?" I was like, "No, I'm going tonight." He goes, "Bro, it's fucking crazy. You're gonna have a great time." He's like, "It's insane that these guys are so trusting of their fans. The crowd is phenomenal. They're crazy, but everybody treats each other so well." Like, he was telling me that for like a straight half hour of the show, the guitar player's just in the crowd. Like,
Usually-
that's crazy.
Usually harder shows, like harder rock shows, coincidentally, are, I find, safer than softer music and even like pop music. And
Well, like, yeah, especially like shows that when it comes to like moshing and shit like that.
yeah,
If you're moshing at like a DJ set or like a fucking rap show, it's like a 50-50 shot that those people are going to be respectful of each other. But at like rock shows, it's more typical of the culture for that just to be an outlet to be really crazy, but everybody still gives a shit about being safe.
I think
Like-
I don't think it's a lack of giving a shit at the other ones. I think it's a lack of experience.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
for like me, like growing up, going to like hardcore shows where like you guys have seen the mosh pits. It's not just like, oh, we're pushing each other. Like the people who are like swinging their arms like this and they're like kicking each other in the heads. Like mosh pits. Like those ones I've been in. I don't like those. They're
No.
not that sick. Like I don't know why the fuck you want to get punched in the mouth. But whatever. Or like an intense mosh pit where people are like really shoving you and like no, and you know, not like like really going hard. Those shows are so intense. Everybody knows like if you hit the ground, you're gonna get your skull crushed just because there's so many people.
Yeah.
And I think because everyone might have had like a little bit of a scary experience where you go, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Everyone's a little more conscious because like at a like an intense rock show, if you're in the mosh pit and you fall to the ground, if you've ever experienced it, you know like you're off the ground so quickly. Like
Yeah.
everybody around you just picks you back up because they know how dangerous it is for you to be on the ground and get your fucking teeth
Yeah.
kicked in.
It's crazy. It's kind of fun. Like,
Well, yeah, that's the point.
getting picked up like that is so fun. It's like,
Of
oh,
course.
cool.
Yeah, but when you're at like a different kind of show, you have people who might have not, they've maybe never been in a mosh pit before, or maybe they just don't go to as many concerts in general. Like if you're like, I don't know why there'd be a mosh pit at a pop concert, but like, I don't know. You know.
But yeah, I'm fucking stoked. I can't wait. Yeah.
That's it. Any other concerts you're going to soon?
No, but I want to. I'm bummed. LCD Sound System's doing a tour, but they're not coming to California. They're just going to like Utah and Oregon and like most of the festivals they're playing out west are, or I'm sorry, most of the shows they're playing out west are in festivals.
Nice.
And I'd love to see them again,
They're
but
not nice, I guess, because you're not going to get to see them.
yeah,
I'm seeing Karungbin and Unknown Mortal Orchestra
that's gonna be sick.
in August, and I've seen Karungbin plenty of times. We talked about when we saw them in San Luis Obispo. More than that, I'm excited to see UMO.
Yeah, they're gonna be crazy.
They released relatively recently a live session in this little house thing. It's really cool. It's shot on film. Like
I didn't know
fucking-
that, but it makes sense. It looks
Yeah.
like it. Yeah,
I thought it was just a filter, and it just seems like, oh yeah, they shot it on whatever millimeter.
that's crazy.
Is it 35 millimeter or 16 millimeter, 17 millimeter?
It's definitely not 16. 35 it could be. 35 is like standard usually for stuff. 70 is like the huge ultra wide IMAX,
the IMAX
stuff.
drone?
Yeah.
I don't think it was 35 millimeter.
It could be 16
I think it was.
because 16 is like similar to like Super 8, just double.
I think it was 16 millimeter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
16's not uncommon. Actually, it would make sense if it was 16.
I'll put it in the description because I can't
Right.
trust Karl to find it. So I do the description.
I'm
so
not
I'll
gonna try.
I'll put it. I'll put a link to what we're talking about. Super super cool. Definitely check it out. Yeah. All right. We got 10 more minutes to kill on this podcast before I have to go to work.
I've been running, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, fuck you, bitch. I ran today, and I'm not a runner. You guys know me. You guys know what I look like. You guys know my lifestyle. I'm not a runner. I probably ran a consecutive mile, like without stopping, 2 or 3 times in my life. Today was like this, probably the second or third times without stopping. I've probably done it with stopping or walking maybe a total of like 5 times in my life, right? I just say all this to show you I'm not an experienced runner. And I don't know if this is a good time or not, but it feels good to me. I ran a 7, what did you say? 7, we did the math, 7:46?
Something like that. 7 minutes and 46
7
seconds.
minutes and 40-some seconds. Fuck with me.
You said it was 9 minutes and 20 seconds. You ran 1.2 miles in.
Yeah. So if we did the math wrong, you go ahead and roast me, whatever. But for
No,
me,
I think we did it right.
in my head, yeah, so it was 9 minutes and 20 seconds to run 1.2 miles because that's just what it is around our block 3 times. 7 minutes and 40 whatever seconds. I think that's pretty fucking good. Right?
Yeah.
That's under 8 minutes. I thought I was going to get like a 10-minute mile. So
7.77, yeah. Okay.
We did it right?
Yeah, we did.
What's your mile time?
Well, I haven't run just 3 times around the block, but I did the 5K that I did was
What was your time? What was your mile time?
it was 7:45 average.
Damn. Karl beat me by 1 second.
And then the other day when I did the 4 miles, it was an 8-minute pace.
Why are you trying to run?
I think I want to run a marathon, so I'm just gonna train for that.
You know what's not Moskoff, Jake Sars.
Mm-hmm.
He said he joined a running club. And we were hanging out with him. We were talking about how some of his friends are getting married. And he's like, yeah, it's like a cliche, but like we're at the age now where you're either getting married or running a half marathon. That's like you're either getting married.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a cliche, but I like
or
that.
maybe it's not a cliche and it just felt so true to me when he said it that
That's
it felt like a
awesome.
cliche.
Yeah.
You want to run a half marathon, huh?
I want to run a whole marathon, but by your birthday, I want to run from here to Highland Park and get beers and burgers. And
Along the way? Like you drink a beer every mile?
no, just
I think that's a great
have
idea
the
for you.
finish line be at the Hermosillo on York.
Yeah?
It'd be fun.
Fuck.
I'm already at 4 miles. I definitely could run more without stopping. Like I wasn't tired at all.
You were tired. I saw you come back.
When you stop running, you're going to be fatigued, but I could have kept running a good bit longer easily.
Yeah.
So
I have found that like stopping while you run makes it like harder to keep running.
oh yeah,
You gotta
you have to
Just
just
keep trucking.
persist. Yeah. So yeah, I want to just keep adding on more distance and fucking definitely I'm getting at the highest amount that I can do just running around our block multiple times.
You're getting bored.
Oh yeah. I liked it because it just it was easy to just like, okay, it's 0.4 miles and I just can keep doing it. But I'm starting to like forget if I'm on like my 8th or 9th lap and I'm like, okay, I need to just fucking actually plan a route that's just what I want it to be.
Interesting.
But yeah, I don't know.
I will never run a marathon. Mark my fucking words. I will never run a marathon.
Well, so that's kind of why I'm really attracted to it, is because it's
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Why is it stupid?
It's not stupid. I have mad respect for any. It's so hard to me to even fathom running. Running a 5K. I was like, damn, that's gonna be tough. I would like to be able to run a 5K, like it's not that big a deal. Like I would like to be up to from a cardio health perspective. I would like to get to a point where like I don't need to train for a 5K, but one day I could wake up and be like, yeah, I'm gonna break my ass today. Like I'll run a 5K.
I think you could run a 5K.
Like right now.
A 5K is 8 times around the block. You think you could do it?
I did 4 the other day, and I only walked like for a little bit
because Josie had to pee, right?
She had to shit.
Yeah.
So
I think you could do it.
So that's 1.6. Honestly, I could probably do it in the next like couple weeks, or not couple weeks. Next like 4 to 8 weeks, I could probably get up to a 5K.
I think you could. So 0.05% of the United States population has completed a marathon.
Yeah, that's fucking bonkers to me.
0.01% of the global population each year.
Who's taking that survey?
Well, it's like official marathons. You know, people that are signing up for marathons.
Official marathon. You know what's crazy? Those marathon runners. Those like super marathon runners, like the 100-mile race people.
The Moab 240. That shit's crazy. It's the coolest thing in the world.
Would you ever do that?
I mean,
I think you have to just be like
that would have to be my life. Those people are like beyond pro athletes. Like,
when are you gonna run so is it from here to Highland Park? Is that a marathon?
No, it's 15 miles, so it's closer to a half marathon.
Okay. And you said you want to do it in August?
Yeah.
All right. Here
so
it is.
You'll hear about it from us again, folks. But if there's any fucking locals in LA that want to fucking celebrate with me and get beers and burgers at the Hermosillo in August for David's birthday,
the Nobody Loves You Running Club. I promise this isn't hatched because Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura just did a 5K. I swear to God.
No, it's hatched because of the hardest geezer, who is a red-headed gentleman that just ran the entire length of Africa and raised £1 million for charity. So we're not going to do anything that noble, but
we're not donating to charity. We're not doing. What we are going to do is Karl's going to run. I refuse to run. I'll run a different day, but I won't be running that day. And every mile, Karl will stop and drink a beer.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Every mile that Karl runs, I will stop and drink a beer.
Are you going to follow me? Like in a minivan or a bike or something?
Fuck it. I'll bike.
Really?
Wait, I can't bike after 15 beers.
Yeah, that won't go too
I will
well.
try to make 15 beers though. All right, we got to go. Our camera's going to shut off, and I also have to go to work.
Okay.
See you guys next week.
Toodles.
Sponsored by Diet Coke.